Oh man, this is so good. All right, so we are in the semifinals right now, folks. So for all the viewers, thanks for sticking with us through the group play. We are in the top 4 right now. All 4 of these players have won some cash prizes, right? You get Amazon gift cards for placing the top 4, 200 for first place, 100 for second place. Only one can advance.
Yep.
So game 1 of the semifinals, Trainer Nick versus Trainer Chris. What do you see here?
Trainer Nick is running 2 very interesting decks, and also interesting to me going back to kind of the mentality of these players. He does not open with his Sparky deck. He opens with his Lightning deck.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's just to feel out his opponent. I can totally see some players maybe who think a little bit harder about the format saying, hey, this deck is really great at kind of like deciding. It has a lot of it plays in such a way that I get to see how my opponent plays a lot in different situations. And maybe I don't know if that's going to be true.
I think
for
it's also
Nick's case,
worth mentioning that this deck seems a little bit more well-rounded, right? It's not picking at opponent's weaknesses. It's just a well-rounded deck. Yeah. So given that he doesn't know what Trainer Chris is playing, and no matter what he's playing, like you got to win with this deck. Having a opening with a well-rounded deck allows him to be diverse towards what he's going to see from his opponent.
And I suppose it actually makes a lot more sense, because in the case you don't really know what your opponent plays like and what cards they play, that's going to hurt a Sparky deck much more than it is another deck, right?
For sure.
Because with a Sparky deck, it's kind of like the information war, right? You want to be as well informed as possible once you play your Sparky deck to know you can guarantee some kind of result from when you place your cards.
Absolutely. All right, Trainer Nick versus Trainer Chris, game 1.
All right.
This was it right now. I just want to make sure we're getting the right one.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
All right, we're back. Builders Workshop again. The first map that we saw today, and now the map we're seeing in the semifinals.
This is actually my favorite arena for sure.
Got him. See ya, Elixir Collector. Is it even gonna get 1 pump? I think it does. It gets 1 pump, right? Yep. It got 1.
I'm gonna get the bracket on screen too, so we can watch that. Have that available.
All right. So that was actually really interesting to me. Just then, Trainer Chris played the mini P.E.K.K.A. in the back, and I wonder why he didn't just play in the front, because he didn't assist the mini P.E.K.K.A. with anything. He wasn't saving elixir. He could have saved himself just a little bit of tower health.
Yeah, maybe. I think really tight tournament players highly value tournament or tower health over elixir. Like I know on the ladder or maybe in like a tournament format, I tend to be willing to take damage in order to get ahead in elixir. I tend to win a lot of like 2-1 games and things like that because I'm willing to trade a tower for elixir. But but I think in this level we see how many games end 1-0, and you just like every 200, 300 points really matters.
And like we were saying, you know, the big thing about playing against Lightning and Rocket is that you need to be very, very careful about your tower health very early on in the match.
Right.
Miner's doing a lot of damage. Mini P.E.K.K.A. makes it over.
Get that little thing on stage.
Alright, let's go ahead and can right click it.
Yeah, I got it.
Cool.
All over it. Boom, there we go. All right, cool. So we can see Clyde versus Gray will be the other match. Trainer Nick versus Trainer Chris is going on right now. Game 1, we're all caught up.
All right.
Trainer Chris, I think, has done a pretty good job of defending his collector, but what's kind of unfortunate is that for Trainer Nick is that he's split his damage up across these 2 towers pretty significantly.
Yeah, and that's due to him kind of.
Wow.
It was 1 miner play and 1 lightning on the left side tower actually.
Yeah.
And so Trainer Nick, you can just see the power of this deck right now.
Oh wow! Those guards in the middle like would normally be good, but that princess just.
Oh no!
Boom.
Double mini P.E.K.K.A. The second one is always the one that matters.
Always the one, yeah. It's never the first golem. That's a hit. That's not it. It is not it. It is a hit.
Oh my god! And that just caught up Trainer Nick. That one swing.
Oh
just
wow!
got
And the
Trainer
princess
Nick
even
up.
got one more shot off before dying.
Yep. This
Oh,
is
and their princess dies.
No. Okay. Well, technically, there's 300 health left for Trainer Nick.
Wow! Trainer Chris was able to pull it out there. 7 seconds left. I don't know if we can do 800 damage in the next 7 seconds.
You know, it's interesting. I almost wonder if it would have been worth it for Trainer Nick. I don't know if it would have won him the match, but if he had just opted to use lightning to hit the mini P.E.K.K.A. to allow the guards to move forward, do damage to the tower, and then maybe the guards could finish it off. seems unlikely, but it's the little things, right?
Where's the bracketing?
It's in there somewhere.
All these. Oh, there it is. We can just delete all these other ones.
Nice. There we go.
Cool. So we got that caught up, and let's move on to the next match. Game 2 of Trainer Nick versus Trainer Chris. Believe this was okay. So this is game 1 right here.
All right. Yeah.
Right. Yes. Okay. This is the one we just watched.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move to this one. And of course, this is the deck that you want to see, right? If Trainer Nick's going to go home with this game, with this tournament and this match, he has to win with the Sparky Log deck.
Sparky Log. And the crazy thing is, the fact that he's here means that he did.
Hey, you're right. Like, actually, this Sparky Log deck hasn't lost yet because if he's made it this far, it had to win at least one game in every match. You're right.
He has to have won with it.
You know, I'm noticing Trainer Chris. You know what, though? I kind of want to favor Trainer Chris on this one because he's got both the Zap and Poison and Princess, all of which, and of course Guards, all of which are really good against Sparky. Like, this deck might try to punish your zapping, but there's a lot of options besides Zap in order to fight an incoming Sparky.
The big thing, and I think the big thing about how Trainer Nick needs to play out this situation is he just needs to be very, very intentional about using his Goblin Barrels. Okay. His focus should almost be on the Goblin Barrels rather than the Sparky, because the Sparky is eventually destined for failure just for the fact that eventually it's going to have to meet the Guards, right?
Yeah. That's a good point. And he's got Fire Spirits as well for the Guards and Barbs. Yeah. I think it'll also come down to just, like, does he... Like, I'd also like to see how well the log works against Princess.
Yeah.
Like, that could be another really common thing. So we'll waste no time in putting big old Sparky down here at the bottom. We know, or other one, I'm sorry, at the top.
Yep.
And we'll
Princess
put
the, maybe.
I actually think Princess might be, because this is going to be really relevant. There's a lot of times, like not right there, the Princess came out a little too early, but you'll see times where people play Sparky behind the tower.
There it is.
Yep, like that. And Princess can actually come down now and start shooting.
Splashing.
Splash the tower and the Sparky several times. Sparky has so little hit points, but if you look at it, Princess shooting only twice is a third of, or 25% of its health, right?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Shine in front. The Guards will tank.
The shield.
Okay, the Zap is still on board.
The Zap just went down? No, Zap, I'm sorry.
Okay, Zap was spent on the barrel rather than the Sparky. And this is what we're talking about. You need to, because the Sparky is going to meet the Guards eventually, right?
Yes.
So I almost think that was the wrong choice. There's a log.
Rolls it right away. Now that's a full health Sparky, and I don't know, can he surround with these
Barbarians?
barbs? He does surround, good job.
Nice.
So that's a very good mechanical play, because if that was off by one square, all 4 of those barbs are dead.
Yeah. I think Trainer Nick is very much incentivized to have Trainer Chris spend the Zap on the Sparky rather than the barrels. The barrels is where you're going to really find a lot of your damage rather than Sparky.
I'm really impressed with that last Sparky play. I mean, that was 6 elixir that I think drew out more than 6 elixir worth of whatever from Chris in just terms of how he had to counterplay around it.
Yeah. Now Trainer Chris has committed an elixir collector, so I think by the time the Sparky makes it across, Trainer Chris will maybe be down about 2 elixir. So, and if Trainer Nick fails his push, he has to deal with an elixir collector on the board.
Yeah, no kidding.
So this is kind of a do or die moment, I feel. Guards again. And again, he uses his barrels early. That's just going to get zapped.
Yeah, and then here comes the log down with it.
And there's going to be Barbarians played to surround.
Yep.
And this is and that was a really good.
That was great. He only got the one. Yeah, you're right. That was incredible. And even with the Fire Spirits, it's like the Musketeer's still around and like a mostly full health. I mean, he spent 5 elixir there on defense, right? The Ice Wizard plus the Fire Spirit. And Ice Wizard's not going to really do much damage on offense, so kind of who cares?
Now there's double elixir collectors, and things are going to get worse for Trainer Nick because Giant Poison is nothing to laugh at.
Correct.
And
although no damage has really made it all the way over there. Although this push is looking pretty good because you got the guard.
Nice. Zap plus log is a great combination.
That log just rolled. Rolled over a lot of that stuff, killed the Princess and took all shield off the guards.
This Sparky is acting kind of like a pseudo Musketeer almost, defense than offense.
That Giant is a good blocker too, because Giant can eat.
Oh, there's no zap.
More than 3.
He has to play the guards in a defensive manner, but look at how much damage that did.
Boink, 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 boink. Oh,
that's exactly what we were talking about. When the zap is down, Goblin Barrels does actually so much damage.
The zap came in right on the Sparky, and that's going to probably kill it before anything else gets going. And I like all the stuff in front. It might all get blown up. We'll see.
And there's a poison to slow down the Sparky charge.
So, yeah, the poison will slow it down from about 5 seconds to like 5.5 seconds or so. It's about a 15 5.75 seconds.
Oh no, this is a really dangerous time.
Wow, they're so close though. I mean, even though these counter pushes are going well, they're both at such low health that any push could take it at any time.
The giant is
500
gonna
health,
be
you could
very
lose
tough.
it in a minute, right?
And I almost feel like this is a situation where you should use your goblin barrels aggressively. Or rather
One hit.
defensively.
Oh, every goblin stab matters.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, 38 health. Oh, and the poison takes it down. Trainer Chris with just a giant poison didn't even supplement it, right?
Rob him! Oh my god, I wish I was in the coaching seat for Trainer Nick, because I would have said right from the start of the game, you wait until that zap and then you play your goblin barrel. If his goblins had gone one more hit at the start of the match, you would have won.
I'm kind of surprised. Wow, I mean, great. That is the kind of matchups that we come to expect from the Super Magical Cup. That was an excellent. Put that on TV.
Oh my god.
All right, so Trainer Chris